Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Wayne County and Johnston County where we're learning new details about a high-speed chase that unfortunately killed 2 people going over multiple counties. Now, the North Carolina State Highway Patrol says last night at around 11:30 p.m., a trooper saw a blue Ford Mustang going over 120 miles per hour on Highway 70 in Wayne County. Now, the trooper was trying to pull the car over, but the driver did not stop for the blue lights and siren. The car took the trooper on a chase into Johnston County before traveling back into Wayne County. While on Pinckney Road near Kenley, troopers say the driver lost control of the Ford and struck a tree. Officials say 2 backseat passengers were thrown from the car. Despite life-saving efforts, both died at the scene. A 17-year-old driver and 16-year-old front passenger were taken to UNC Health Wayne with non-life-threatening injuries. Troopers say alcohol and marijuana were found in the car, and the driver is suspected of being impaired. 2 guns were also found in the car, according to troopers. The teenagers were taken into custody. The 2 who were killed in the crash have not been identified at this time. The names of the driver and the front seat passenger are not being released pending forthcoming charges and their respective ages. The crash is still under investigation. Now, we also want to highlight a drug arrest that happened in Lenoir County. 2 people you're seeing on your screen were taken into custody. Police say the arrests of Jennifer Grady and Charles Mashburn happened after a traffic stop at around 1:30 a.m. on US 70 near Queen Street. After being given permission to search Grady's vehicle, officers say they found 55 dosage units of alprazolam, a quantity of methamphetamine and fentanyl, along with drug paraphernalia. Now, the 2 were charged with possession with intent to sell or deliver meth, possession with intent to sell or deliver a Schedule 4 controlled substance, conspired to deliver meth, conspired to deliver a Schedule 4 controlled substance, felony possession of Schedule 2 controlled substance, and maintaining a vehicle for sale or delivery of drugs and possession of drug paraphernalia. And we also, again, want to highlight, unfortunately, 2 house fires that occurred on Sunday in Carteret County. Now, the first fire, according to the Newport Fire Department, crews were called to a reported house fire in the 300 block of Oscar Hill Road at around 2 p.m. Sunday afternoon. Officials say when the firefighters arrived, they were able to contain the fire to the kitchen area. And the fire was under control within minutes. Officials say 2 residents were treated on the scene for smoke inhalation and then taken to the hospital. Another call came in for a fire at a home on the 100 block of Bayberry Road just after 6 p.m. on Sunday. Crews say they were able to quickly get the fire under control and keep it from spreading throughout the house. Officials say the resident and his canine were able to escape the fire without injury and are now being assisted by the Red Cross. Both fires are currently under investigation by the Carteret County Fire Marshal's Office. And now for your forecast. Today is a First Alert weather day because of high fire danger in eastern North Carolina. We've got a drought that doesn't look like it's actually going to be improving. It's only going to be getting worse as we head through this week. We also have higher winds. Winds right now between around 10 to 15 miles an hour sustained to lead to, again, gusty conditions. We're also looking at low humidity levels. The air right now is incredibly dry. So any sort of spark that happens will get carried and carried quickly because of the wind and the overall just lack of moisture within our air mass and within the ground soil. So again, getting some raindrops in eastern North Carolina is imperative. Hopefully we get it sooner versus later. Unfortunately for us, I think later is going to be the option, as we don't have really any sort of rainfall coming down across the southeastern United States until you get to the state of Mississippi. That's too far away for eastern North Carolinians to feel comfortable with that lack of rain in the forecast. Here's a look at what we've got across the board. Right now, the severe drought over northern Greene, western Pitt, eastern Wilson, eastern Nash, and southern Halifax, and most of Edgecombe County, unfortunately does look like it will be expanding later on this week unless we can really get a good dousing of rain coming in late tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. That is easier said than done. The problem is that our air itself, the air over us, is just incredibly dry. Right now, air temperatures trying to work their way out of the 50s and into the low 60s, but a northwesterly wind, again, continues to bring in that dry air. We'll give you a look at your dew points coming up in just a few moments, but spoiler alert, they're reading in the teens. Now, as we head through tomorrow, we'll start out with a northeasterly breeze, but those winds will swing around to the south, and that will help reintroduce a little bit more humidity back into the forecast coming up for your Tuesday night into Wednesday morning when that rain is expected to roll through. But over the past 24 hours, look at how far our humidity has fallen. Dew points have dropped between around 20 to nearly 40 degrees. New Bern is reporting a 37-degree drop in dew points, 36-degree drop in dew points being reported in Goldsboro, Jacksonville, as well as Greenville. Plymouth also, again, looking at a 38-degree drop in humidity in dew points specifically over the past 24 hours. It is, again, a very dry air mass. If you find yourself licking your lips a little bit more over the next 2 days, that is why. Now, for this afternoon, we're probably not going to be getting a whole lot warmer than where we're at right now. Moving into tomorrow, though, we could wake up to air temperatures down in the mid to low 30s. We're looking around 32 to around 36 degrees for a morning low temperature. So if you are, again, one of those people who parks outside, I know there's quite a few of us out there, but you're going to, again, want to make sure you get out there a little bit earlier and get that car warmed up before you get driving in it. Now, also make sure you send the kids out to the school bus or to wait for the school bus with a jacket on. Probably not going to need the jacket for long during the day, as we'll be back up into the mid-50s by 11, low 60s by noon, and into the mid-60s in the afternoon. But regardless, again, better safe than sorry. It's always better to have the jacket and not need it than to need the jacket and not have it. Now, again, our next round of rain will be coming in from the west. You can see that system further back towards the west that is gradually going to be working its way through eastern North Carolina. It's going to be a system that's going to actually spend most of its moisture content for areas up to our north across northern Virginia, Maryland, New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio. Those areas are going to see, again, a pretty good shot of rain out of this system. For us, we're just a little bit too far south for that system to give us the type of rain that we are very much in need of. But the good news is, if you can kind of find some, always try to find that good news. Coming up Friday night into Saturday morning, we should have another rain system rolling through. Now, obviously, your rain chance is really not looking all that impressive, either for Tuesday night system or Friday night system. But at least we, again, have rain in the forecast. Coming up next weekend, again, we'll have a soggy start to your Saturday. Well, maybe not soggy. That might be a little bit too intense of a word, but we will have some moisture coming down. We'll call it a damp start to your Saturday, and then from there, air temperatures will take a bit of a hit, going from the mid-70s on Saturday to the mid-60s on Sunday. But Sunday will be dry and sun-filled, and hopefully, again, gets people ready for the upcoming work week. Well, that's all we have time for today's 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Monday. We'll see you back here coming up in just under 1 hour.